Hey guys, thanks for checking out my website. I am coming to you from beautiful Central Park here in New York City. Happens to be my favorite city outside of Toronto, of course. It's also the home of Broadway, musical theater at its finest. Now you may not know that there are many talented Canadians that move down here to star in these Broadway shows, but they also come to write, produce, direct. But what do we know about these people? Well, tonight we are celebrating the launch of the first Canadian Musical Theatre Writers Collective, and it's happening right down the street over at 54 Below. I'm going to talk to the guys behind the collective and also talk to those Broadway stars that are building their careers here and having a blast doing it.
I'm Danielle Wade. I am from LaSalle, Ontario, and I'm currently playing Dorothy Gale in the Wizard of Oz National Tour. Tonight, we're at 54 Below for Blame Canada, and it's super cool and super fun, and I think it's pretty important because it's all Canadian talent, and I think that's not something you get to see too often in the States and different places, so it's cool to start migrating our way in here.
This is a launch concert for a new organization founded by Landon Braverman and Joseph Tressler called the Canadian Music Theatre Writers Collective, and it's a group to promote Canadian music theatre writers in Canada and around the world, and this is the perfect way to kick off this organization with this great concert with a number of Canadians on Broadway on national tour and singing a complete repertoire of Canadian music theatre songs written by emerging Canadian composers and also some veteran Canadian composers. So we're super excited about what I think is really a historical night for the Canadian musical theatre.
What's important to me about this is really creating a community of all the writers across the country, all the composers, all the lyricists, all the book writers, because they are out there. We have over 100 members from all across the country, many who are here in New York now or in London, and they're all writing. And a lot of people, first of all, it's hard for them to connect because it's such a large country and a lot of people don't know about what they're doing. This is quite the year for Canadians on Broadway, especially too. There's a lot of writers here, but there's an incredible amount of actors, like talented actors who are all making huge impressions on Broadway. I mean, we have a bunch of them here tonight and a bunch of them will be in the audience, and they're all starring in originating roles in new original shows, which is kind of thrilling.
Hi, I'm Aaron Walpole. I'm currently in New York, actually, in Les Mis, the upcoming huge mega musical revival. More importantly, this evening, I am at 54 Below, where we are doing Blame Canada, a Canadian musical theatre showcase. Collectives are important because they get the message, the music out there.
Hi, I'm Ryan Silverman, originally from Sherwood Park, Alberta, just outside of Edmonton. Go Edmonton. And I just currently finished playing Billy Flynn in Chicago. I think it's a great way to bring all these Canadian writers together and sort of present it to an audience that may never have the opportunity to actually hear the song. To come to New York, where there is so much music and so much musical theater, and then get to say, well, here's what we do. I think that's a huge opportunity. And then just to see how many Canadian performers and actors and singers are actually in this city is pretty phenomenal.
This is going to be the first night of many of these nights throughout the year. Just sharing this with your